Alright, so this is going to be my review of Alien Romulus, the prequel. So this is, like I said, the prequel comic that was supposed to come out last week, but I guess it got delayed for a week, which is weird. But yeah, so the Alien Romulus prequel is exactly what it is. The basically talks about the downfall of Romulus Station. That's really what we're dealing with here, is the fall of Romulus Station. And I gotta say, I feel like the book should have been a wee bit bigger. I feel like it all got rushed. I'm gonna say that right out the gate, is that I feel like this comic got a wee bit rushed in that. Now, there are some spoilers that I'm gonna have to talk about, but the movie has been out for a few months, so if you don't want to be spoiled about what's in... it doesn't go into too deep spoilers, especially what happens in, the third act of Alien Romulus, but I will say that the big thing that you have to understand is that this does have to deal with some minor spoilers for Alien Romulus. So if you haven't seen that yet, fuck off. I'm just kidding. Don't fuck off. But if you don't want to be spoiled, you might want to click off. So the story basically takes place right after the opening sequence of Alien Romulus, where we follow the Romulus station recovering the xenomorph that Ripley shot into space. And I really like the opening of this comic. It really does feel like almost something Lovecraftian, where the xenomorph, it's just this unknown object out in this little space, and no one knows what to do with it. People are they're all genuinely terrified of this creature. They are in fear of what they're seeing, and it's fucking with them a bit. It really is it's really kind of fucking with their heads a bit, especially the security staff on board, where one of them actually encountered a non-xenomorphic life form during a mining operation. Basically, this does kind of give some minor lore of the alien universe, that there are other unknown alien life forms out in the universe, outside of the xenomorphs. So it doesn't go into too detail what they are, but they look kind of like bug-like. They look very bug-like, and they actually wound this officer who, her name, I'm forgetting her name, probably because it doesn't matter. But what is it? What's it? Yeah, doesn't matter. She's just, we'll just call her the captain. The captain and her, first officer / boyfriend, which comes out of nowhere, they make out for a quick second and then continue with their plan, are yeah, something's going on Romulus Station, and it's not good. We need to stop it. So, while this is going on, we get more of Rook, the bishop android, in here, where we find out that Rook was really playing God here. And again, it really makes sense, basically, Rook's whole thing was he was trying to play God in the fact that he was trying to evolve mankind and follow his directives. Probably more than he should have. He's really kind of playing with the whole he even mentions Promethean fire, and they actually bring up Peter Whalen. It's nice to know that even though those movies suck, they're not retconned out. I get that there are some things that need to be retconned out of movies and continuity, but sometimes it's just kind of nice, and I appreciated this from Alien Romulus, that the film, this film basically says, nah, we're including everything, the good and the bad. So it's kind of nice to see, they could have easily gone the route of, they could have easily broken that, broken that timeline off, but they decided to keep it. And I think it helps more because Rook basically is kind of the best part of the Prometheus movies, which was David. So he does give a lot of David vibes in that he's trying to evolve mankind, following his programming to an even more lethal level, to the point where he's just more concerned about his programming, his directive, than anything else, as you probably saw in the movie. The other thing I will say is that the guards out of nowhere just decide, hey, we're just going to shoot the thing off into space, and that's what really wakes up the xenomorph and causes all this chaos. It just unleashes untold chaos across the the station, all because they just decided, hey, we're going to make out real quick, and then, because we're, you know, we think we know what's best, we're going to shoot this thing off to space. And it turns out, yeah, the Xenomorph was playing possum the whole time, and now is running amok through the space station. Like I said earlier, I really do feel like this comic could have benefited from having... this comic really could have benefited from being at least, like, maybe just a bit longer, and also maybe, like, a mini-series. I feel like this could have, like, this was supposed to be a mini-series, but they weren't allowed to, because they literally throw in everything at the last second, and it really just kind of feels like, it really does feel like the comic, just frantically is like, oh shit, we got to showcase. We're halfway through the book and we aren't really talking about anything interesting. We got to have alien action, and it all just happens so fast in succession. You're like trying to piece like, okay, where did that happen? When did that happen? When did that happen? I mean, it's not bad. I just feel like I was kind of hoping for more, especially for a $6 comic. Maybe have a few more pages. Maybe even make this like one of those pristine comic, like, remember when Marvel did like those pristine era comics? Do you guys remember those? Where do you remember those? Like when they would have like these big like 38 page or 40 like even longer comics, like a big over the size one shot. And I know they still do those to this day, but I wish that got the this comic got the Marvel pristine benefit. I really do wish it got the Marvel pristine benefit, because this I feel like this should have been spread out more, because it really has that kind of love, like, again, going back to what I said earlier, is like this very Lovecraftian feel with this book. I really did enjoy this kind of like, are we going to see like this slow burn of a story and then we see stuff go to hell? Nope. Captain just decides, nope, fuck it, I'm going to try to shoot this thing into space. Oh shit, I woke it up, and now I've caused everything that I was trying not to stop. I mean, it does go back to the whole thing of, like, mankind really does destroy itself with when it comes to the Xenomorph. So, it is kind of neat to see that kind of played in here, but still. All in all, it's alright. I'm glad I got it, because it was kind of cool to see, like, you know, go back to Alien Romulus. And Rook's was a really cool villain again. It was but I wish it was longer. I do wish it was longer, or maybe even it could have benefited from a miniseries, honestly. But it's decent. Do I recommend it? I would say if you really loved Alien Romulus, get this just to see like the fall of the station and get set up for that comic. I mean that movie. But other than that, or if you're a diehard Alien fan. But yeah. 3 out of 5. That's my solid recommendation, is a 3 out of 5. But if you read the Alien Romulus Prelude, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.